How's it going, everyone? My name is Jacob Rothenberg. In case you are new to the channel, it's your first time seeing this live, I am both streaming from Facebook and YouTube. I have been doing Kindle publishing for nearly 4 years now, and I've been making a full time income from publishing books on Amazon. And most of the time nowadays, I don't even do any of the writing. I have a system where I outsource the writing, cover design, editing, everything. All I do is really package the books together, take care of the production, along with marketing it, advertising in it, and getting sales. So, welcome to the channel, Hanin. We're going to have a really good video today for you all. As I promised with videos going forward now, we are going to go ahead and do Kindle publishing research for keywords. Keywords are the lifeblood of publishing because in order to make money, you got to have the right topics, the right niche, the right keywords to discuss in your book and properly target. So, without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and get started with doing some keyword research for y'all today. And along with that, I have different methods of doing keyword research, to be honest with you. So I'm going to change things up a little bit, and I'm going to do keyword research using a method that I call the category search method. Now, I haven't invented this all on my own. This is a method that I think came to light because I've noticed so many books kind of skittle around with properly categorizing their books. So I've noticed a lot of books that sell well are number one bestsellers in the category, but they're not really related to the category that they're linked to. So, for example, yesterday we found a fantasy landscape book. And it was like number one in like forestry and environmental science or something. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So, what I want to do is find some obscure categories to look at and see if we can find books that we can get into that sell well. So, let me start by doing fantasy landscape books. Let's see if I can get back into there. Fantasy architecture, not exactly what I was looking for, but that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and dive into this here. This is just a random book with a number one bestseller. This is what I'm talking about, guys. So this is a coloring book for adults related to flowers, animal, and garden designs. And it's number one in lawn gardening. Now, technically, is this okay because it is related to gardening and lawns? Like, yeah, but it's not about lawn gardening per se, right? It's not teaching you how to take care of your lawn or your garden. So that's a little bit iffy. And so, I mean, this is a book that's just totally killing it. It's got over 2,500 reviews. I guarantee you it sells damn well. 648 in the entire store. Let's see what else we can find in this category that this publisher is abusing. And guys, if you have any questions, don't forget, I'm actually still here. So we'll take questions. Don't be shy, even if it's your first time watching my channel. If you have any questions about Kindle publishing, how to make money online using published books on Amazon and elsewhere, be sure to ask. So don't be a stranger. So what I've done is I'm looking at the bestsellers for this category, bestsellers in lawn gardening, and I'm just seeing what we can find. Now notice right away, number 3 in lawn gardening is Cats and Kittens, and it's a self-published book. So remember, guys, people are miscategorizing their books so that they can get a bestseller tag, and sometimes you'll find good keywords doing this method. Granted, this does have 70 reviews, but hey, you can publish this with 5 reviews and do, I think, just as well. So it's a cats and kittens coloring book. It's targeted towards adults, even though it could really be for kids too, if you wanted to. It is self-published with a BSR of 44,000. And it's only 68 pages, so it has maybe 60 illustrations. Let's take a look at what this is in case you're interested in doing this keyword. So these are the sample coloring pages. So it's pretty well done, I'll say. It's honestly pretty good in terms of production value. This might not be so cheap to outsource, so it probably costs anywhere from $30 to $40 per page to get this illustrated. Now, if you have a whole lot of these pages, I can see the cost of the book adding up, unless you just do it yourself if you're a talented artist. So this is something that could sell really well. However, it can be a little bit expensive to set up. And we are all about getting a return on investment, right? So let's keep looking for maybe a more lucrative keyword, meaning better selling, with less difficulty to get into that keyword. Let's see here. I think now we're actually getting into real lawn gardening books, so I'm probably going to back out of here. Ooh, air fryer. Huh. I don't think air fryers are trademarked because it's just a device, right? I am tempted to take a look at this, even though I try to stay away from keto cookbooks and air fryer cookbooks. But I can't help but be curious. How well is this thing doing here? It's got 50 reviews, published in July. It is self-published. It's okay. It's selling all right. It's probably selling 3 or 4 copies a day. I can usually tell right away if it's real reviews or fake reviews. Because number one, I look at the distribution of reviews. It is very rare, unless a book is damn good, to get all 5 and 4-star reviews. I have put out some really good books that still get 2-starred or 1-starred for sometimes semi-legitimate reasons, but I can usually tell. I'm going to go ahead and make the accusation that this is a fake reviewed book. Yeah, and I also look at the spread of the reviews being done. I'm going to have to say it's probably using illegitimate reviews, but the keyword is obviously good. So this is about air fryers for the keto. I probably need to get an air fryer in here because I don't want to use gas to cook in this unit that I'm currently using to stream video. Let's go ahead and actually see how here it miscategorized. It probably had the #1 tag here for military marches. Is this keto book really about military marches, guys? I don't think so. So I'll go ahead and see what else is abusing this category. And see here, guys. Again, I'm using category searching to find what publishers are abusing to get a #1 best-selling tag for their books and see if maybe we can get some good keywords. So Haneen says, me too. I use the category feature with low competition and work it. Totally. So yeah, I also like to use categories, as you can see, to find what's selling and steal some ideas because, hey, sometimes you don't have to be original. You just have to be better than who you're publishing against. So I used to play some musical instruments. I'm pretty knowledgeable about music books. This is about piano music of Bach. Now, I haven't done the research, but from what I recall, if a musical artist has been dead, I believe, for at least 80 years, their work is open resource and is not trademarked. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I could be incorrect about this, but I believe if you're referring to classical music composers such as Bach and others from the 16th and 17th century, their music is not trademarked. So it is therefore allowable, if I'm correct, to use music and sheet music, particularly from Bach and others, as content for your book. Now, it's a whole other beast on how you as a self-publisher can generate sheet music. I know how. I used to play instruments, like I said, but I'm not going to give it away so easily. But what I do want to mention is that this is obviously a well performing keyword. I've known this all along, even before seeing this book. I just kept it to myself. I know music does very well as books for kids. I mean, it's really easy. Well, number one, it's actually fun to come up with these titles, especially if you are a musician or a former musician like myself, kind of. And yeah, it's always going to be in demand. So kids definitely need sheet music, as it's really hard to follow along performing a song on YouTube. I like to have a physical sheet myself. So kids always need sheet music, and parents will go ahead and take care of that, right? So let's see what else Damon Ferrante is publishing. Damon, let's go. All right, so he's got piano, he's got guitar. All right, so what I'm doing, guys, I'm looking at Damon's catalog on Amazon. It's his Author Central page. And what I'm doing is I'm going to first sort by paperback. So I'm looking at the rankings of paperback books. And from here, I'm going to assess what books in his catalog are selling well that perhaps you could consider publishing for. I am busy. I'm actually waiting for 4 more books to arrive to me. So I'm currently I'm too busy to publish more books right now. I've got 4 books waiting in the line for Q4. But for those of you who still want some ideas and are just getting started with publishing, I'm showing you right now some really good keywords. Now consider, though, this guy has an actual brand, so he has more than 1 book published. He's got reviews. But once you do get reviews for your books, once you take the time, effort, and perhaps even money to get a brand going, this guy is making a 6-figure, I guarantee you, he's making a 6-figure income from his books. Now note, the covers, they're not great. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not great either. You can make this, I think, in Amazon's cover designer in 10 minutes, really. I could make this in Canva in 5 minutes. So for you as well, I mean, I can show you how to make a cover using Canva, but these books are not hard to make in terms of the cover. It's really just coming up with great content that people want to buy. Now, I do like also that they have streaming video lessons as a bonus. How the heck does that work? I think I've seen this before. So there's probably a website you can go to for getting more lessons. And no, this guy really put the time in making sure his content was good. And this is what it really takes. If you want to build a 6-figure online brand with books, this is the kind of effort that it really takes in nonfiction to make that happen. So I know Storage was doing really well, and he's probably still doing well with books related to the guitar. I think he's actually Guitar Head. And I have no problem mentioning who he is, just because his brand is so cemented on Amazon that even if I just showed all of his keywords and just showed every keyword he's doing, no one is going to be able to really do well competing against him unless they really put the effort and time into making a full-blown brand that's marketed well. So if you guys know who Storage is, this is his pen name, his brand, and it is crushing it. It has been crushing it for the last 2 years. And I'm sure he's making at least $10,000 a month. Probably will make much more as Q4 comes along. So, if you're doing classical guitar lessons, you can do that along with the fretboard. If you want to cover bass guitar, my brother plays bass for beginners. I mean, that's not really a hard book to come up with. Go ahead and take care of that. So come up with, if you're a musician, I think guitars and pianos are a great way to get started, especially the piano. You can make a good brand off of Amazon. Now, I think there's a Japanese type of piano that sells really well. It's not Yamaha. I have to look at piano books. I'm just digressing a little bit. I'll get back to my category search method, but there's something I really wanted to show. that I've been keeping to myself. But yeah, piano books are excellent for getting good keywords to publish for. So yeah, let's now not get too off track and go back to doing some category searches. So remember, we were looking at military marches as a category, and we've got all types of different books categorized as military marches, relevant or not. It's still here. Okay, patriotic instrumental solos, that's actually completely relevant. Let's look at violin. Violin books can sell somewhat well, but violins aren't as popular as the other instruments, in my opinion. Instant Pot is a trademarked keyword. I cannot even cover that keyword. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Porsche is trademarked. This publisher's got some balls to publish for that. Practically free. What? Whatever, dude. You're such clickbait. Let's keep looking at other keywords. Official songs of the United States. Yeah, let's skip that. I'm probably going to go ahead and go to another category. So what my logic is, as I'm thinking, okay, for instance, if this book used military marches as a category, there's a good chance that they're using other categories to get visibility for, that they're not relevant to. So here, as I was just saying, this book is also categorizing itself under trumpets and cornets. What does a Porsche have to do with trumpets and cornets? Nothing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is look at trumpets and cornets and see what sells and get keyword ideas. Terrific robot animals. I have not seen robot animals sell well thus far, so I want to take a look at that. Okay. This is weird. It sells okay, but I'm not too keen on checking this out. Let's look at their catalog on Author Central and see if it sells well for them. Okay, so let's sort by paperback. 100 Things for Toddlers. Okay, I'm sure this sells really well. Yep, sells really well. Toddlers, animals for toddlers. Check that out. And then from here, it falls off quick. So robots, jumbo things, unicorns, more robots, toddlers, animals. Okay, and then from here, the rankings are too bad to even consider. So, yeah, guys, look what I'm doing. I'm just really I could go faster if I weren't streaming and just having to explain how my processes work. But you can prowl through Amazon and get good keywords in as quick as minutes. It shouldn't be a process that takes days or even weeks to really get good keywords. Okay. So from here, I noticed that the rankings suck. So what do I want to do next? I want to go back to robot animals and check out here. This is a really obscure category, but Costa Rica history. Again, what does this robot animals book have to do with Costa Rica history? Nothing. But it can get better visibility just by being top ranked in this category, if that makes sense. Hey, live streaming tech, how's it going? Hey, so Walt, yeah, thank you so much for all the content you do on your channel. I am watching all of your videos as I have the free time. So I really appreciate all the content that you're putting out. And yeah, I'm glad to have helped you too with the stress test that we did. And I really love Restream so far. So thank you for everything. Really, really thank you for everything. So I'm looking now at Costa Rica history. And this book is completely relevant to Costa Rica. I like that. It's a travel-ish book. It's everything related to Costa Rica. It's not self-published. And I mean, you could take the time to make a book on Costa Rica, but this is probably the book on Costa Rica with 149 reviews. I know travel guides can do well. I did have a Thailand travel guide that did pretty well, but it is expensive to make travel guides. I can tell you that firsthand. And also, it's a pretty competitive market. You're going against a lot of other brands. Like, well, if you've gone to any Barnes and Noble, you'll know. So let's look at other keywords that are categorized as Costa Rica history. Other than robot animals, I think everything else is related to Costa Rica. Interesting. Okay, so I'll back out and see what other categories this is abusing. Motorcycle pictorials? Seriously? Wow. So you have a robot animals book coming categorized as motorcycle pictorials. Harley's probably trademarked. I'm not going to even look at that. Vespas are trademarked. This is not a category that's going to look too great to publish for. So I'm going to back out. Motorcycles are... I don't want to get in trouble with Harley Davidson, get my ass kicked by some motorcycle clubs around here in Vegas. So I'll keep this going. Let's look at... I want to see something that it doesn't have so many reviews, but is selling well. Halloween is literally in 3 days. I think it's a waste of time at this point to look at Halloween books. However, Black History Month is in February. And there is still time to put out a book based on Black history. But let's see what's going on here. So this was running ads. That's how I found this book. It's only got 2 reviews. It doesn't even sell well. So why are they even running ads? All right, so probably going to have to back off from this. I'm going to actually skip on this keyword. Let's look at other books. Does anything come to mind that has a good ranking? Now from here, it falls off pretty hard. But also, as you can see, guys, it's not hard at all to get a #1 bestseller tag if you're just miscategorizing your book. All you have to do is find some obscure category that no one else is really listing their books under, and boom, you're a #1 bestseller, baby. So for example, if I go to horns, let's see how many books, they're all related to horns. So no one's abusing anything in this category. However, note, if you do have a BSR better than 26,000 for a paperback, you're going to be a bestseller in horns. So that's how it all works with categorizing your book. But I think everyone here is playing by the rules. Let me back up. Let's look at instruments in general. So as I said, pianos doing very well. I guess there's a whole book about all strings, not just violins. Guitar. All these books are selling super well, but they're also very established brands, which I can tell because #1, they're not self-published. They're actually backed by a publishing house. #2, just look at the marketing and the number of reviews these books have. Absolutely crushing it. So you could start a brand, but it's just going to take a lot of time to get traction and visibility on a behemoth like Amazon, where you have existing piano brands, existing guitar tutorial brands. I don't know why I got so obsessed about instruments on this video. Let's go to another category and see what we can find. Let's get very specific. I want to look at other media and see what comes up. And then watch this. I'm going to choose something very obscure, like conceptual media. What comes up? Stuff that has nothing to really do with conceptual art. So here we have more keywords to work with. Ooh, so it's autumn's about to freaking end. So you could still put out a book for this, but you don't have enough time. However, what caught my eye is something more evergreen, meaning this will sell all year round long term, is this Mandala Flowers coloring book for adults. Mandalas, nothing original. Everyone's been doing mandala books for years. Very popular keyword. However, this publisher is selling really well with only 7 reviews. And they've got a BSR of 8,600, which is really good. Really, 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 really good. And it was published a month ago, and it's self-published. So this could be someone watching the stream right now who's published for this, guys. Going back to the questions real quick. So let's see here. Haneen, I don't have any you don't have any experience with ads. That's okay. So I do have my own course, just to put it out there, The Publishing Evolution. It is, I think, $47. It's pretty inexpensive, I must say, for a course. If you want to learn the basics of ads, that is a good way to start. Again, I'm not really trying to pitch you, but I am. It's only $47 with a money back guarantee. If it doesn't help you out, ask me for a refund. Question. It'll be good. I'll give it a sec to reset. Any questions, guys, in the meantime, just in case we did cut off? All right, I'm going to keep going otherwise. So let's take a look at more keywords here. All right, let me just test. Actually, I'm pretty concerned. Is the stream still on? I think some lag issues might have cut it off, unfortunately. Let me make sure before I go on. Okay, we should still be on, guys. So we might have lagged for like 5 seconds there. But let me keep going. So mandala flowers, really good keyword. And what is this exactly? It's a book where there are different designs in a mandala format. So hopefully this can load. And here's an example. This is not too hard to pull off. It's well done, definitely. But a design like this, and here's some other samples for you all. It could cost maybe $20 to $30 per illustration. Notice, guys, in case the preview of your book doesn't like show enough content, what publishers have done to get smarter about things is that they now have samples of the covers of rather the interior on the back cover. So in case, for example, the interior doesn't show up because Amazon is crapping out on the look inside feature, without fail, the back cover will always display in the preview. So if you're doing low content, try to make sure that the samples are in the back cover, just so your cover you don't have any issues when the look inside feature doesn't work on Amazon. So has the video still stopped? Oh man. Let me wrap this up and get another stream going. One sec, guys.